Hey, what's up everybody? This is Augie from AuggieBroTV. I'm doing a quick tutorial on the game Rift on the Duracell class build. Just a few small tips on how to play the class, how to build your soul trees, and what buffs you should have on you at all times, that kind of thing. Starting with the soul tree, we are looking at the Justicar, the Inquisitor, and the Shaman souls. And just a small deal about what each of these souls is going to be. This will be your main soul in the end. At the beginning you don't use it hardly at all until about level 20, and then you start throwing some talents into it, and then these two you use at the beginning. So your Justicar soul is going to be your primary survivability soul, and you start by dropping a few points in here and then in here, and what you want to do is put 5 into Armor of Virtue, 1 into Doctrine of Bliss, 3 into Life's Devotion, and 1 into Healer's Creed. The most important ones here are these 3. This one is great, you get a bit more armor, but this one is like your bread and butter of survivability. This will keep you like alive constantly as long as you have the right buffs active. As for your Inquisitor thing, you just want to pick up this ability, so you have to drop a few points into it, and so you drop 3 into Inner Focus, which increases the critical hit chance of damaging spells, and you pick up the Sanctioned Heretic. Going to your spells that you want active on you at all times, your Main of Honor, you don't have to recast, I don't know how you say that, Mine of Honor, Main? I'm going to say Mine actually, because the I's first, so But you want this on you at all times, and then you don't have to recast it. These other ones you do, they only last an hour. And going through each, Vengeance of the Winter Storm just increases the damage on each hit a bit. If you read it, calls upon the Fury of the Winter Storm, causing all the cleric's melee attacks to deal an additional 3 water damage. And it doesn't trigger a global cooldown, so I can go dun dun, cast them at the same time. Anyway, the Cavalier buff fills a cleric with Righteous Fervor, causing the cleric's life-based abilities to grant them a conviction for 30 seconds. Convictions do only last 30 seconds. You want to be wary to always hit this at least once within the 30 seconds that you're using other abilities. You shouldn't be using these abilities very much, like maybe every once in a while in PvP when they're out of your range and you've already used these two. You might throw a Bolt of Judgment in or a Bolt of Depravity when you get that. But you may mostly want to use your macro. Looking at the macro, we have Suppress Macro Failures, cast Sanctioned Heretic, cast Bolt of Radiance, and cast Strike of Judgment. And each of these abilities will grant you one conviction, and it doesn't say that it grants a conviction, does it? But they do. They give you a conviction as long as you have your Cavalier buff, your Cavalier buff active, and I just go ahead and drop it right here, 1, smash 1, but I have the abilities listed right here, so that way I can see which abilities are used when, and because I like to know what I'm doing. Also, when I cast, every now and again you'll see my health get down to about 60%, and that's when I'll pop this. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a small fight with a spider. We'll go with this guy. As you can see, I'm producing convictions right now, and I'm just hitting 1, smashing 1, smashing 1. Another thing that's happening is I'm getting healed automatically from my hits. I have 4 healing per second. By the way, this is a great add-on for Rift players, Simple Meter. You can get it off of Curse Client. But there's 4 HPS, and then I'm doing a good amount of DPS too, obviously. So that's just a small encounter. I'm going to show you what it's like with a few more mobs that'll be doing a bit more damage to me. I'm pulling with the spell Vex. It doesn't have to be part of your rotation, but it helps, and it does a bit of extra damage. Keeps my DPS up. So right now I have 4 convictions, which is the max you can have at once. My health's getting kind of low, so I'm going to go ahead and pop a Doctrine of Bliss, and that gets me back up to full health. I'm still at about 10% of my mana pool gone, but I have full health, and The spiders are dying. Isn't it amazing? It's like nothing's happening to me, but the spiders are just falling over. I'm stepping on them. So there's the simplicity of the Duracell build. And my character is about 20% mana gone, which in between fights, running between groups of mobs, or running in between anything, you can get that mana back. You don't have to usually stop and drink until you get into groups and you have to start using abilities like Doctrine of Loyalty, which heals everybody and costs 61 mana. Anyway, this has been AuggieBroTV, and this has been Auggie. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will catch you guys next time.